Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is for you, I'm Cyclone. Welcome to more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. Well, the new route, the Route to Dunblane has come out, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get a copy of it yet, and I don't have the financial clout to actually do that right now. So I'm literally going to just go ahead and do something a little different today. I may be able to get on it in the future, but it is going to be a little bit delayed, so I apologize for that. I'm also looking at the fact I'm going to be away for some time, and I'm trying to get some videos done in advance, so I didn't have the opportunity to really get a chance to get down and dirty with that new route or with the new train yet. So we are going to go ahead and head to Germany, and I'm going to see if I can get to that route in the future. No promise as to an exact date, unfortunately, but I am going to be gone for at least a couple weeks here. So, about a week, but I'm trying to get stuff done in the week before that as well. So, we are going to head back to Germany today because I have been kind of lacking on Germany for quite a while here. We need to get some additional German content in. This is a 2015 route between Munich and Augsburg. We've gone to Garmisch-Partenkirchen before. Obviously, coming from Munich, part of the route is the same, but just the starting part of the route. I have to check where Augsburg is because I don't have my map up as I'm doing this introduction, but I believe we are going to follow the initial part of the route from Munich, and then we're going to be taking a different route to get to Augsburg, obviously. There's also a Rosenheim route as well, which I believe goes north, so it follows the same introduction for 7 kilometers and then goes north. So we do have slightly different route here. Now, the route we're taking today is going to be driving an ICE 3 high-speed train service, or high-speed service, from Munich to Augsburg, starting your journey by going through the train wash. And that means we're going to be starting at Munich for our actual passenger service once we get to it, and then we're going to follow the entire route. It is a high-speed service. I suspect it's going to be an express, probably very few stops, if any, on the way to Augsburg. Let's get started and see what this journey has for us today. This afternoon, you will be driving the high-speed service from Munich to Augsburg. First, take this train to Munich, passing through the wash on your way. That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get the train set up for operation. We're going to turn the headlights on. Are the headlights on? Are the headlights on? Now they are. And we're going to go ahead and start moving this sucker. So let's get in the cab as we get on the move. I've already done, obviously, all the setup steps here. I am not running with the PZB activated, and there is a good reason for that. It's called Career Scenarios. Career Scenarios tend to have some timetable issues if you have to run with PZB, and this also factors in if you go from a save game. Sometimes it restarts under PZB restrictions, even if you're already on the move. So I'm not taking any chances with PZB on a Career Scenario. We're going to leave it as is. But if you want to turn on PZB, you hold down the control key and you hit enter next to the numpad. If you don't have a numpad, well, I don't know. Can't help you. You have to push the button. I guess. I don't know. Something like that. So we're on our way to Munich Gleis 18, which is Munich Platform 18. And you can see we have a timetable heading to Pacing, which is the station we've seen on the Munich to Garmisch-Partenkirchen route. We're going to continue to Olching, which I think is along the same route, but we don't usually stop at it. We're going to continue then to Augsburg. And then we're going to finish our pickup at Augsburg. And we're going to be there by 12:39 today. So we're starting at a 40 kilometer per hour speed restriction. Again, we are working on kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. We can now move up to 60, but we're going to have to be wary of speed restrictions on signals up ahead. This can happen. I think I saw one there, actually. On this downhill, I'm going to try to watch my speed because I am going to have to slow down, I think, by the next signal. The signals, and you can actually see it right now with that green, yellow. That, I think, does mean that you have to lower to 40 kilometers per hour. So I'm going to start bringing the speed down just a little on this downhill. Right now, it is actually gaining speed. So 1 in 31 gradient is pretty steep. I need a little more brake power. I need a lot more brake power. Let's do that. Wow, guys, come on. There we go. That's what I want to see. Indeed, we are under the 40 km/h limit. We're going to have a 10 up ahead, so we need to slow down even further. Let's just take care of that right now. I'm down under 30 now. I didn't want to slow down yet. Oh my. That's a heck of an uphill. 1 in 29 uphill gradient is really slowing me down. Now, we technically are within 2 kilometers of the station, but we of course have to go through a train wash first, and that is our first objective. So we're down to 10 km/h. We're going to go through the train wash now. I'm not sure what that marker is there. Are we supposed to go through that? That looks really weird. Is that normal? I guess it is. I'm not sure what that marker is. I'm going to follow the train for a second because I'm very curious. So if I pop out here, we're going to go over that marker in a moment on this high-speed train. I'm just going to go ahead and follow the back of the train for a moment here as it comes to the train wash. So you can see we are being a path through the ice washalage. I never promised to be good at German. So going through the train wash now, I'm just going to go ahead and see if we actually do run over some kind of a platform here that showed up in the middle of the train wash. I don't see water. That's a little confusing. Yeah, that looks like some kind of a platform, doesn't it? Maybe it is actually normal, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to get back in the cab. Oh, we're still in the train wash. Cool. So we have a huge tunnel up ahead. There you go. Is that another... You know, it actually does look like something coming up on the track, but I'm pretty sure it is supposed to be normal. Like, I don't know what this is. It's like there's a missing check... No, you know what? No, I think it's a dip in the track, in the area, so there's actually no track there. That's where workers can go underneath the train, I think. Okay, that's what that is. That makes sense. I knew that. I knew that. So are these services up ahead? No, they're not. So eventually we're going to be free of this 10-mile-per-hour restriction. We can actually make our way into the station. I believe the limit coming in the station will be about 30 kilometers per hour at some point. So I think that's the maximum speed I'm going to be able to go here. It might be a brief stint at 40, but speeding is very common on this route because speed limits are not on the HUD. You have to follow the signals. If you miss a signal, you are speeding badly. So we're on a straight stretch. We should be able to go now, I hope. Still under 10. Watching for that speed limit to go up. Allow me to proceed, please. You only have 3 minutes. Give me speed. We're almost down to 1 kilometer from the station. We have a 40. I just noticed that. Okay, let's go. So 30 would get us there in about 2 minutes. I'm going to actually limit myself to about 27. I think that's good enough. Yeah, I see the 30 up ahead. Holding it just in case the signal lowers us, and the signal does not seem to be lowering us. I will chance a little bit of higher speed now, but I have to remember to bring it down for the 30 at the platform. Otherwise, I am failing myself. And I don't necessarily trust the platform, the speed limits coming into Munich, so I'm just bringing it right back to 30 now. We might have to also slow down for the any kind of emergency brake panel. I don't remember if those exist in Germany or not, so I am being a little cautious here. So we are coming into Munich right now. You see the platform we're stopping at right here on the left. That is probably a platform service. No, that's the label for the station. Never mind. So this other train might not actually be in service. I just need to make sure I'm fully inside the green. That means I am clearing the platform, and that means I can stop right here. So I'm going to stop right at this point. Good enough. I don't have to go all the way to the buffer because I'm heading right out again. So we're going to go ahead and turn the headlights off on this side of the train. We're going to open the passenger doors. We're going to start our loading process and change cabs. We'll do that very, very quickly while I'm with you. So I'm going to put the reverser down. There we go. Change to the other side. That's what I want to do. Reverser will go up. And we should be ready to go on this side once I turn the headlights on. There we go. We're just going to wait for passengers. The passengers aboard the train and you're ready to depart for Augsburg. You'll only need to stop at Pacing. So we're going to get ourselves on our way. Now you can see the sea of red signals up ahead, but the signal we want to look at is that shunt one on the platform to our right. The red signal behind it is also not our signal. Below it is another shunt signal. Those are our signals. The next 4 signals, I believe, are all also shunt signals, which should be set to allow us to go. Not very busy here today. So I'm up to my current starting speed limit of 30 kilometers per hour. Our first stop today is Munich Pacing. We are due by 12:18. In fact, I'll show you on the task list. There it is. Leaving at 12:19 to head via Olking. We can go up to 40 kilometers per hour, so I'm going to give it a quick increase up to that speed. And that'll do. So our route to Munich Augsburg is going to take us on a straight and slightly north path, whereas the route to Munich, to Garmisch-Partenkirchen went basically south. There's another route in between that goes to another destination. So there are tracks going everywhere here. This is a very, very busy area. There's even another one that goes north. So there's multiple tracks out of here. In fact, the one that goes to Rosenheim, I don't even know if it reaches Munich pacing. I honestly don't think it does. $40 is still our limit. Lots of city buildings here. Now this being, even though this is the same area from the Munich Garmisch-Partenkirchen route, this is a version from 2 years before that. This was released in 2015, I believe, if I remember my dates correctly. Another service from Munich over there on the left of us. We're currently at a 60 km/h speed limit. I will speed it up to 120 in a moment. We have a full green signal. And up we go. The Ice T capable of speeds up to 200, or I should say the Ice 3M and other ice trains. Capable of speeds up to 200 km/h, possibly more if allowed, but we are not going anywhere near that today. We're stopping at 120, assuming we get that high. But we did get our ice achievement taken it to 200 already on the Dresden to Leipzig route, specifically between Riesa and Leipzig. Since you can't go that fast on the Riesa to Dresden section. We're going to have to give ourselves a little time to get our speed down to 90 km/h. That is something I will keep an eye on, as we do have to brake a little early. The brakes, it may be a surprising thing to learn, but at high speeds, the brakes don't get you down as fast. Based on the distance, you have to pay attention. And brake a certain speed away, certain distance away. Green signal. So about 3/4 of a mile, I'll start bringing the brakes on. Which is right now. Let's see how this works. Very well. I'm already down at a very good pace. Let me put a little bit more just to be certain. There we go. And a little more because we're on a downhill. 1 in 125 downhill. That'll throw you every time. Green signal. We're being warned of a slower speed up ahead. I saw the green over yellow. I think we have to go down to 40 km/h on that. So that is for the next signal, possibly for a track transfer. As I don't think the speed limit is actually 40 through the entire station. Another train going by. Again, they are named in nondescript ways there. You may have seen that one was another train from Munich coming from somewhere else. So because I saw the green over yellow on the signal, on the distance signal, I'm going to go ahead and bring the speed down for this signal to 40 km/h just to be absolutely certain I don't have an issue with speed. The platform is there. It is about 2 minutes away as we're traveling now. Might slow down just a little bit early there on the previous brake attempt. But now I want to be sure I get down to the right speed for this signal. There we go. And let's see if I'm correct on my reading of that signal. Oh, 60. Okay, 60 I will accept. That may make me slightly late. Or at least later than I want to be. So there must have been a 6 on the signal and I didn't catch the 6. That's probably what it was. If not, sure, you're better off going slower. So I'm going to bring it back down to 40 as we come into the station. Going to keep it coming down because we are entering the platform. I do have to stop very shortly though, so I'm going to keep it going and I'm just going to bring on a full brake as I get into the platform fully. I should still be on time. I don't foresee an issue here. Just gotta get the brakes fully on so they can come on. And the doors are open at Munich, pacing, platform 10. Leaving Munich pacing. Our next stop and final stop is Munich, Augsburg. We're going to pass a lot of stations along the way on this journey, but we're not going to be actually directly going through any of them. I will try to call out as many as I can, but it'll be better for us to explore all of those stations when we actually do a local stopping service at some of those stations, assuming that we have such a scenario. Maybe just be a case where we don't really ever see the stations, like on the route coming out of Munich. We're going to get up to a 100 km/h speed limit starting out. We're going to enter a 160 and a 200 after that. There's the route to Munich, to Garmisch-Partenkirchen route heading off to the south. To our left, Rosenheim exited before Munich pacing going north. To our right. Coming up from a bit of a uphill here. Now we can hold ourselves at a steady speed until we are in the 160. There we go. Up to 160 we're now technically allowed to go. And the first station we're going to be passing is one I have not actually caught yet on any searches when I've gone through. Langweed. Or Langweid. However you want to say it. W-I-E-D. We're being given warnings to slow down. That's probably Langweed. Lockenhausen is coming up. I think I'm slowing down too quickly. I should have gone a little further before slowing down. This is going to cost me later. Very dearly, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I need to slow down now for the signal, so we're going to do that. I'm going to try to do a minimal brake for right now. We are down for the signal. This is, as you can see, an 80 km/h section we're now going through. You can actually see the 8 above the signal if you pause the frame a moment earlier. So there was a warning that we were going to be going down to 80. I almost tried to speed up. Whoops. So Lockhausen is coming up. We're going to be taking a junction to the right, I believe. Yes, there's the right. The reason is because the track we were on, there's a train sitting there. We got our speed change to 200. Let's see what that train back there is doing as we go by Lockhausen. To our left. Where we are right now is way back here. And that train over here is indeed getting going now. It can now move because the track is clear. So we're going to keep going on our track. You can see we have another station coming up on our line right there coming in on the left. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. That is Grobenzell station coming up. And after Grobenzell, we will go through Olking, which is our first waypoint of the 2 that we have on this journey. We're still on time for the Olking waypoint. And this one is not an issue. This one should be easy to get because the speeds are fairly easily achievable. So I might have missed Grobenzal by now. You can see Olking is indeed coming up. So if we do have a local stopping service somewhere, either in this DLC or in any of the trains made for this DLC, which I think there's one or two, I'll see if we can point out the stations in more detail as we go through them on that DLC, because we're going to actually directly see them. Right now they're all off to our left. There's another crossover series of tracks there. I've not had too much lag on this route so far, but it does happen once in a while. Just a quick loading thing. Of course, I can't comment on any computer lag you might be seeing. That's the case where my computer just decides it doesn't want to record a few frames, and we have to deal with that. It's lost forever. Other than recording 3 runs, trying to mirror the speed on all 3 runs, which is almost impossible, especially because we have a ticking clock in the corner, there's no other way to really do that. So that was Olking, I believe. I can now go up to 280 kilometers per hour. I have a feeling I'm not going to reach that. We're going to pass Esting very quickly. Esting and then Gernlinden. So this is probably Esting. And then after that is probably Gernlinden. The fence continues. Oh, that actually, we might have seen both already. Never mind. If I have time to edit subtitles in to show you where the stations are, I will. It's a short enough video I might be able to do that, but I also have to make sure I know where all the stations are. So I'll try to do my best to edit the stations in. I may or may not be able to. We're still speeding up. We're at 240. I may have missed Malking Oberbay by now. There might be another station, Maizach, that I missed. So I'm being given a beep warning for something, possibly a 200 up ahead, based on the fact we can see 51. Oh, that's 9,000 units. Okay, we were being beeped, warned that we have to pay attention to a future speed change, but it's not for 9,000 units or about 9 kilometers, so we can still go fast for a little bit here. I made it to 260. Being able to get these fast speeds in this section is going to really help our timing later. You can see I'm at 12:34 at 53 for my timing. That keeps going higher and higher. It seems I have to get to the speed limit if I want to keep that from going higher. If I want it to go lower, I have to go to the speed limit, which is hard to do with a 280. In fact, at these speeds, I don't think it's safe for me to even look up the stations. I think Mammendorf is coming up at some point, if we haven't seen it already. That could be it. I'm going to hold off on the throttle now because I am close to the 280 speed limit. The ticker is ticking down, so I'm going to start slowing down a little bit. You can see the 200 indeed is coming up, so I'm going to put a heavy brake application on now, as that seems safe. I actually lost a second on my ETA for right there. Going up now because I'm still in a 280. And now the seconds are inexplorably going up. So we're now going to be entering a 200 kilometer per hour section again as we make a turn. There is another station after this turn. That station after the turn is going to be, pardon me, it's going to be Haspelmoor. Haspelmoor Station. And back up to 280 we go. Authengegberg is going to be the next station we pass by. Authengegberg. Something like that. Authengegberg. Apologies to anyone living in Authengegberg for my failure to pronounce your name correctly. I have tried it about 10 times. Including a few other practice goes at it. Authengegberg. There we go. There's another 200 coming up. We're going to have to slow down for that. This really hampers our ETA, don't you think? I'm down to 200. I want to hold at that now. So the next station we're going to see after Authengegberg is going to be Mering. We have a turn to the left and a turn to the right coming up to get us through Mering. There is a 240 up ahead as well. We are now 14 kilometers from our waypoint, not from our stop. As you can see on the ETA, we're going to have another 4 kilometers for our stop. So we have some slower speeds to go in that area. Woo, 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 woo. Fast enough. Thank you. Okay, we can go up to 240, so we're going to do that. We may be passing Mering by now if we haven't passed it yet. There is another track joining in coming from the Mersching area. That track is not a high-speed line, but it does join us or do something in this area. Yeah, it does join us heading in the direction we're going, so it might have joined us already. It joins right before Mering. And it also would be out of sight because we're on the high-speed portion of the line. To the left is the low-speed portion, so it would have joined over there. It doesn't join us. So that's probably why that's probably part of the reason why there's that section over there as well. We're coming up to a 280. Taking our throttle off a little bit now because we are approaching our current limit. After Mering, by the way, was Mering Saint Afra. That might be along this curve. I might have just missed it, but it is along this curve, I believe. We are 7 kilometers from our next waypoint, which we could make at this point. We might be on time for this. Kissing is a station along here, and that might be Kissing right there that we just passed. There's going to be a heavy curve coming into Augsburg Hochzoll, which is our waypoint. We're being given warnings now already, 5 kilometers out. I think it's a massive speed drop coming up here. Oh, yeah, there's the warning right there. That's not good. Let's slow it down. Just a little drop for now. Oh, 100. Yeah, that's a slowdown. That is a slowdown. We're going to be warned if we're not slowing down fast enough here. And yeah, I can tell already that we're not. I don't know if this is achievable. This is very tight. We're 2 kilometers out from this waypoint. We have to get under the speed I want to go to maintain that waypoint. This is very tight. This is very, very tight. I'm going to hold here for just a second. I think this is doable, but just doable. I'm within 1 kilometer. I'm going more than a kilometer an hour here. Yeah, more than a kilometer a minute here. About a kilometer and a half a minute. So I should make this, but just barely. The goal is to avoid any timeliness penalties here. I'm going to go ahead and push the speed up to 100 again. We're still in the LZB area. There, I couldn't risk that. Ooh, am I on time? Yes, I am on time. We're going to be having a 120 kilometer section coming up. We are now 5 kilometers from our destination. We have to be there in 3 minutes. That was Augsburg Hochzoll, or however I said that. Hochzoll. Augsburg Hochzoll. That was the sharp curve. We have no other stations on the route to Munich, Augsburg. Or, sorry, to Augsburg. Munich, Augsburg is the route name. So no other stations en route. The only potential complication for us now is if we have a sudden drop to a lower speed, which could happen as we approach the station. There's a train over there. 120 is our current speed limit. I'm going to watch for signals warning us to lower our speed. Whatever happens now, as long as I don't see any penalties, we are going to play this to the end and see if I can make this on time. We are at our final checkpoint now, which is train arrival at the station. You can see the station itself up ahead. I'm being given a warning about the 80 coming up. I had little lag as we went through that distance signal. I have to bring the speed down. I don't think it's for the signal, because it was all green on the distance signal. So I'm holding for a moment here at 100. I should do this on time, so I'm going to bring the speed down now. Now, I don't know the name of this station immediately available. If I can get it, I will give it to you later. But Augsburg HBF is right here. I don't have time to look at the map to get that station name. There's our green signal. You might have thought I was passing a red, huh? Huh? So I'm going to bring the speed down a little more just for safety's sake, because I am approaching a station stop. Now I have to maintain. I can't go any slower right now. Alright, I can slow down a little more now because I'm entering the station. I'm on the committed track now. As long as I get this thing to a stop, we are finished our journey. So we're in block A apparently of the station. I don't have a specific stop location within the station marker that I think I have to stop. I'm just going to go ahead and stop here at B. This is good enough. We're approaching the C marker. And that will do for our journey today. As we arrive at Augsburg HBF, Gillet 1 or Platform 1, let's look at our train. How's a fast little high-speed journey to start out our experience with this route? Good for me. We are going to allow our passengers to disembark. Someone else is going to take over this train, and we're going to go and relax after driving at about 260, 270 kilometers per hour in a train. That is fast. Hello, ma'am. Another train going by on the tracks to our left. I've been there the whole time as well. So other services doing their job on this route. You have arrived in Augsburg and have completed all of the tasks correctly. Well done. That was loud. Let's watch that train back there come to a stop, and as soon as it comes to a stop, I will move to check our scores. As that train is now opening its doors, let's see how we did on this scenario. So we have washed and we have gone. The journey is complete for a perfect score. No achievement on that, interestingly enough. I got the train driving achievement, but I did not get a scenario achievement. So there's something up with that. Maybe there's no achievements for the scenarios. I couldn't say, but in any case, that is a scenario done. So let me check the information on the next scenario listed. Storming into Munich appears to be the next scenario listed. That's also an ICE 3M scenario, but I don't want to knock both of those out in one go. And it's also another quick service, obviously. We're going the other way, Augsburg to Munich. We'll save that for another day because it's stormy rain, autumn weather. So the line is going to be slippery as well, obviously. We'll leave that for later. But for right now, the next service I might look at might be a BR-101 service, which is a morning timetable stopping service from Munich to Augsburg. Same thing we just did. Other scenarios include the pub crawl to Munich, which appears to be standard. It doesn't tell us where we're starting, but passengers getting home to Munich might be starting in Augsburg. A freight run to Pacing in a BR-294 is also available from Augsburg Yard to Pacing Yard, not going to Munich itself. And then heightened security, which I think is our last and fourth and last career scenario, means that there is a report of an incendiary device. That's going to be an interesting one to do. So we're going to be taking Class 101s because the normal S-Bahn trains are not allowed to run that day, apparently, because of the potential bomb. So we're going to be doing those over time. 6 scenarios. The standard scenario is obviously going to be a little more relaxed, but we do have 4 career scenarios, including the potential BR-101 I might run next time. And the 101 is a good one to run next time because we are going to be looking at a service or train rather, that is used on 3 of the 6 services. I know we've seen the train already, but it features on a lot of routes, so we are going to have to use it on our German routes here. That's one of the reasons I don't come to Germany very often. It's very often the same trains. But in any case, I think the westbound Snowy Stopper might be a good option for starting my scenario next time. But in the meantime, stay tuned for more videos on this channel. I do intend to bring them to you. I'm Cyclone. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate having you along for the journeys with me on these various places we get to go. And I do hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or night, whatever it is for your part of the world. I'll see you next time, tomorrow in fact, for another scenario here on Munich to Augsburg. See you for that. I'm Cyclone. Bye-bye.